Hello, everyone. My name is Todd Lovell, and I am the lead pastor at the Vine of Northwest Arkansas. In this video, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of who we are, what we believe, and what you can expect when you visit us at the Vine. The Vine is a new faith community on a mission to do church differently. We are sponsored by the United Methodist Church in Arkansas, and we are committed to the biblical beliefs and holy practices of the early Methodist movement and the ancient Christian faith. If you're curious about what Methodists believe, you can always learn more by visiting the What We Believe page on our website. But in short, the Methodist movement is focused on pursuing a holiness of heart and life, meaning that it's not just important that we pursue holiness in our own hearts, but that we also pursue holiness in our communities. So that means that at the Vine, you'll find faithful biblical teaching that challenges you to love God with your heart, soul, mind, and strength. But you'll also be given the opportunity to love your neighbor as yourself by serving and giving and encouraging the people around you. You know, maybe you've tried church before, but for whatever reason, you just never got to the point where you felt connected. Maybe you found it difficult to connect to churches because you just can't look past the huge campuses and the buildings and the polished worship productions, and you're just looking for something simple, real, and authentic. Well, if that's you, I want you to know that you are not alone. There are people just like you who have found a place to connect right here at the Vine. People who had resigned to the fact that maybe church just wasn't for them, but when they learned more about the Vine, they decided to give it a try. And in doing so, they found a place where they finally felt like they could grow in their faith. And maybe you'd like to give it a try too. So let me introduce you to Kelsey Kauser, our welcome coordinator for the Vine.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelsey, and I'd like to share just a little bit about what you can expect when you come to the Vine. We know that walking into a new place can be really intimidating, but don't let that stop you. We're here and we're ready to welcome you. Of course, you can always let us know you're coming by visiting the Plan Your Visit page on our website. Give us a little info and we'll be sure to meet you at the door when you arrive. More than likely, there'll be someone at the door to welcome you into our welcome area. Feel free to grab a donut from Daylight Donuts and some coffee from Blackbird Coffee, a local coffee roaster here in NWA. Then head into our worship area and find a seat. You're welcome to sit anywhere you'd like. Some Sundays, the chairs might be set up in rows, and other Sundays, there might be tables set up. But just find a place where you can be comfortable, and our worship will start around 9 a.m. If you have kids, you can have them sit with you in the worship area. At the Vine, children of all ages are always welcome during our worship time. Don't worry if they're loud and wiggly, it doesn't bother us at all. We'll take a 5-minute break after our song and prayer time, and during that time, you're welcome to grab some more refreshments, stretch your legs, and use the restroom if you need to. Also, during that break, our Vine Kids area will open, and you're welcome to send any of your children who are pre-K age to that area for a specific lesson and activity for them. But remember that you don't have to. Children of all ages are always welcome in worship. Now, to say a little bit more about our worship time, let me turn it over to John Dooley. John is a professional musician in Northwest Arkansas and also serves as our worship leader here at the Vine.
Hey friends, I'm John. I just want to take a few minutes telling you what you can expect during the worship time at the Vine. One of the things we strive to do every week is to return to the simplicity of the Christian faith. So when you worship with the Vine, you won't find a massive band or a flashy production. We try really hard to keep everything as simple and as faithful as possible. Most Sundays it's just me on the guitar, and sometimes we might add a piano player or some other musician. We sing all kinds of worship music. We love to sing the newer stuff that you hear on the radio, but we also love to sing the old hymns too. Again, our goal isn't really to be a certain style or type of worship. We really just want to be as faithful as possible. While we're singing, you might see some people with their hands raised or others kneeling at the prayer rail. You might see some little kids walking around with a donut or sitting beside their parents. But it's all worship. It's all a part of our desire to worship God in the simplest and most faithful way possible. But our worship isn't over when the singing stops. No, we're just getting started. To say more about that, let me introduce our community coordinator, Amanda Worthy.
Hi friends. At the Vine, we believe that our worship isn't over until our neighbor is served. That means that our worship shouldn't stay in the room. It should always spill over into our community. So every week at the Vine, we make intentional time around our worship to do some sort of service opportunity that benefits our neighbors. Sometimes that's inside our building, and sometimes it's somewhere else in our community, but it's always a part of our time together because we believe that it is vitally important to live out our faith in the world. Another thing we love to do is bring in local nonprofits to share about their vital work throughout Northwest Arkansas. There are over 2,500 nonprofits in this region, and many of them are led by fellow Christians who see the deep need in our communities and believe that Jesus is the answer. At the Vine, it is our goal to bridge the gap between these nonprofits and the local church. So we bring in these leaders to share how we can partner together to make the biggest impact for the kingdom in Northwest Arkansas. To put it simply, we believe that the church has spent far too much time, money, and energy trying to get people's time, money, and energy. It is our desire to return to the simplicity of the gospel, to reach people where they are, and to help them take the next step on the journey that God has called them to.
So how do you know if the Vine might be a good place for you? Well, if you're a person who is looking for a smaller church where people actually know your name and care about your needs, then the Vine might be a place for you. If you're a person that believes that the church's worship should always spill over into the community, then the Vine might be a place for you. And if you're just looking to do church differently and return to the radical simplicity of the Christian faith, then friends, the Vine might just be a place for you. But you won't know until you come and check it out. Maybe you've been telling yourself for months or even years that one day I'll get involved in a church. Well, if that's you, let me just encourage you to make that one day today. Make the decision right now to learn more about the Vine and visit us on a Sunday morning. If you want to watch a previous worship service or learn more about us, you can always follow us on Facebook and YouTube or explore our website. Or better yet, click the Connect tab on our website and let's find a time to connect soon for coffee or lunch. I'd love to hear more about your story and answer any questions that you may have about the Vine. For all of us here at the Vine, I pray that God will bless you on your journey of faith, and I hope to see you soon.